In one of my latest social media posts, I put about how my fitness journey has completely transformed over a 2-year period. I went from being unhappy, unhealthy and weighing in at a measly 63 kg to now being much happier, much more healthier sort of, and weighing in at a much better weight of 85 kg. Now in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I managed to do that, the benefits that it's given me, how it is affecting my golf, and the sort of stuff that I am doing in order to obviously get to that point and maintain it. If I can help just one person to become much more healthier, whether it be weight gain, weight loss, or to maintain their physique, that is really, really rewarding. So if that person is you, make sure you keep watching. This is Nick Does Golf. Hey golfers, and welcome back to my channel Nick Does Golf. Great to have you here for this one. If you are new here, make sure that you hit the big red subscribe button down below, and also while you're there, hit the like button. I really, really appreciate that. So today's video is all about how I've managed to transform myself from this, which was unhappy, unhealthy and underweight, to this, which is much more healthier, much happier, and I look a lot better. So by giving you this insight into my own life and how I've managed to do this, it's either going to do one of three things. It's either going to help you to become healthier, improve your knowledge, or it's going to help you to pass on these things to a friend who may need it. So let's jump straight in. Pretty much throughout the whole of my life, I have struggled to maintain my weight. It's very easy for me to drop weight and very difficult for me to put it on. From a young age, food wasn't really at the forefront of my mind, to be honest. Sport was, football, golf, you name it, whatever sport it was, I'd be doing it. But food wasn't really at the forefront of my mind. I'd have my standard meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I was very, very picky, and really I still am. However, the difference is now I like eating my food. I just love doing it, and I feel like my metabolism is just crazy now. It just goes through the roof. I can eat and then maybe within half an hour I'm hungry again. It's weird. But I wasn't starving myself. It wasn't like I was just skipping a whole day and not eating anything. I would eat, but I just wasn't eating as much as I was the day before. Now this had a detrimental effect because I would just drop weight like that. It's just crazy. I've always been skinny, but now there is a difference. As some of you may know, I am actually a personal trainer, and I have been for about 2.5 years now. In my opinion, I thought it was a good thing to do because it's brought out a hell of a lot of things, such as my knowledge has improved, my confidence has gone up, like talking to different people, talking to a camera. I would never have dreamed of ever doing something like this before, and also bringing myself out of my comfort zone. Like the amount of things that I would not have done compared to now is just crazy, so that's a good thing. But looking back now, I was not in any sort of shape to do that. I thought I was, but I really wasn't. Looking back at that photo the other day just made me think, how are people even taking you seriously as a personal trainer when you look underweight? So I remember weighing myself at Christmas of 2018, and I was weighing in about 63.1 kg. That was just crazy. I thought, how have I managed to do that? I think I had a little bit of an illness just prior to that, which didn't help because when I'm ill, I drop weight like that. It is just crazy. Obviously this wasn't healthy and I needed to do something about it. So the first thing I looked at was my calorie intake and what I was doing. Basically the calories that I was consuming through every day just wasn't enough, and it was sporadic all the time. I would either take 1500 calories on, or I'd take about 2200 calories on, say for example. It wasn't consistent, and this was probably one of the biggest reasons for me not gaining any weight and not being able to hold on to anything. So my calorie intake needed to be more consistent, and it needed to be higher. This is something that I've managed to do and has been a major factor in gaining weight. So obviously consistency with the amount of calories you're taking on is paramount. Building it up, so say taking up 100, 200 calories per month for example, just to try and help your body get used to the amount that you're taking on. This is something that I've managed to do over a period of time, and I'm always trying to hit 3000 calories as best I can per day now. This is because I burn a hell of a lot of calories now. So obviously going to the gym, I play golf, I can do that, loads of different things throughout the day, which burns a hell of a lot really. And physical activity is really important in obviously maintaining, whether you want to sort of gain a little bit of weight, maybe lose a bit of weight. So you need to make sure that if you want to build muscle or take on a little bit more weight, you need to make sure that your physical activity and the calories that you're burning off is slightly less than the amount that you're taking on. This is vice versa for weight loss, so you need to burn off more calories than you're actually consuming. This is how you lose weight. It's called a calorie deficit, and you need to make sure that you're doing that if you do want to lose weight. That is really the only way that you are going to be able to either do one of the two things, calorie deficit or calorie surplus. So in order to make sure that I am healthy and I maintain my weight and the amount of calories that I'm taking on board, I take some certain supplements. The first one is this. Very nice and simple. It's multivitamins. You've got vitamin C, you've got your B6, you've got your B12, just to make sure that your immune system's working correctly, your bones are healthy, you've got all these different things going on. These sort of things actually really help me. It makes sure that I've got loads of energy as well, and I believe that they play a hell of a good factor in everything that I'm doing really. I have to have the chewy ones because I cannot take sort of tablets. I'd have to crush them up. What a loser. Another massive factor is protein. I need to make sure that I hit my protein gains, and this is packed with loads of calories. So at the moment I'm taking the Extreme Gainer blend from my protein. So I only take one of these a day, and I put 2-3 scoops into my container or shaker, and then I put some semi-skimmed milk with it. Obviously you've got your milk, which has is quite high in fat, but it certainly helps with the bulk that I'm trying to do and to obviously maintain the amount of weight that I'm putting on. This video is not sponsored by MyProtein, but I really wish it was. So nothing too fancy really. I just make sure that I've got something that's going to help me to be more healthy, and obviously with the protein it helps bump my calories up and help me get there per day. There are thousands of products out there which are going to help you for weight gain, weight loss, maintenance as well. Just make sure that you do your research before you take on any of the things that I've just shown you, and you make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. In my opinion, just make sure that it works for you, whether it is a meal replacement or it is taking the place of, say, a chocolate bar or sweets or crisps, whatever it may be. Just make sure that it works for you and it fits in, but don't starve yourself of the foods that you love. Make sure that you are making the best of it and that you hold yourself accountable. That is the biggest thing. Now you're probably thinking, how do I do that? Well, you can track your progress. Use an app on your phone. MyFitnessPal is the best thing that you can do. It has all the foods on there, all the proteins, all the drinks that you could think of. You can just type that in on your phone on MyFitnessPal, log it, whether it is your lunch, dinner, breakfast, snacks, put it all in. You can see exactly what calories you're taking on board, and it's certainly going to help you, whether it's short term, medium term or long term. But you're probably thinking, Nick, how does it possibly help your golf? How could it possibly do that? Well, there's a lot of things that it helps with. You've got things such as the amount of energy that I have whilst I'm out on the golf course. Along with that, making sure that my training is specific to what I'm doing. So whether it's strength training, making sure that I'm flexible, whether it is functional and explosive movements, making sure that all ties in nicely in order for me to, 1, increase my club head speed, and 2, increase the ball speed, which in effect increases my distance. This certainly helps because if you can drive the ball further, it makes that second shot a hell of a lot more easier. I think one of the major reasons why I struggled to gain any sort of weight or maintain a decent level of weight was because I let negative stuff get in the way, and in golf, my thoughts, if you like, I just let them enter, and I struggled to sort of deal with that. I know one of the things when I do get anxious is I don't really eat because I'm so hung up on the thing that I'm focusing on. I really want to make sure that it's either right, I do it well, I pass, for example. I don't eat, and it shouldn't really be like that. You need to sort of fuel yourself correctly in order to help you get to that goal, and this is something that I didn't do, whereas now I just try and block everything out and focus on the task in hand. Make sure I get it done. I know it's easier said than done, but if you can just focus on exactly the thing that you're doing, prepare yourself better as well, ready for going into that thing, this is certainly going to help you. Mental health is such a massive thing these days, and people are preaching it more now so than ever. So making sure that you look after yourself and the people around you is certainly going to give you a much more positive outlook on life, and making sure that you are prepared for whatever is thrown at you. This is certainly going to help a hell of a lot, so make sure that you do this. So I hope everything that I've gone through today has proven to be insightful and helpful for your own gains, whether it be to improve your knowledge, to actually improve your health, or whether it is to help somebody else. If I was to give you 3 of my best tips, they would be to make sure that you consume the right amount of calories, whether it is weight loss, weight gain, or maintenance. Making sure that you consume the right amount of calories is paramount. Number 2 is to track your progress. Make sure that you get an app on your phone, or you write it down on a piece of paper, how many calories you are consuming per day. You'd be very much surprised on how a consistent diet can help towards whether you are gaining weight, maintaining your weight, or losing weight. And number 3, of course, is to make sure that you don't let any negative stuff get in the way. So making sure that you focus on the task in hand, you give 100% commitment, and you block out any sort of negativity. This is certainly going to help in the results that you see. If you have liked that video, make sure that you hit the like button, ding, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, whether it is going to give you any motivation on becoming a healthier, happier person, whether it is going to change your mindset, or whether you are going to pass this information on and help somebody else. Like I said at the top of the video, if you are new here, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. Along with that, make sure that you check out my social media platforms. It is @NickDoesGolf on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok, so you can keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. That is the first video of 2021 done. I really hope that you've liked it. There's going to be many more videos like that. Hopefully we'll be able to get out onto the golf course soon if the snow stays away. Thanks very much for watching, and see you all on the next video.